Yes, family, Bomani Timer and Kofi Bruce for another session, and today we're talking about polygamy, monogamy, celibacy, and sexual frustration. Family, we're gonna set it off. So, what we just finished watching here at Bomani Technology is polygamy versus monogamy from an African perspective, and that was while we're on tour there in Ghana, November 2017, and the conversation was initiated by my brother tour guide Kwabena, and I was just spinning and making sure we have good footage while the bus was zooming across into the central region in Ghana. So my brother Kofi Bruce saw the highlights and everything, and he's here to tell us about all the wives he got and how he's building a strong black nation.
No. First I want to start off by saying the title of the video was Polygamy versus Monogamy from an African perspective. And right there is where we always fall short. Right. We don't view that subject or any relationship with ourselves or between ourselves or between other people through our own African perspective. So that's right off the bat. And if you view things from an African perspective, you will see that in some cases polygamy is the best thing, and in other cases monogamy is the best thing. It's a balance. One is not better than the other. Each one determines on the situation. And the situation, the bottom line is to cultivate and regenerate life and move ahead. I'm not trying to get too deep. I'm just trying to be very basic and as far as like the core of polygamy versus monogamy. So I think it's a cultural thing.
Right, excellent. And family, the video was based on our brother putting things into concept as far as this not only ancient days, but the significance of war and the need and the reason why those things came about. But it's always based on the fact that in a man's case, he has, he can take care of his responsibility as a man. Some of us or some people have a hardship with one, and so it's not for everybody. So it's about responsibility. So, and when you talk about,
I want to cut you off, but that's like right at that first thing that you just said. Many of us believe that multi-wives automatically equates to sex, that it's a sexual thing only. You know what I'm saying? But like you just alluded on, it's the man's responsibility to take care of those women totally, their family and everything, because they only join together to regenerate new life. We get caught up in the European way of thinking about this fairy tale idea of, oh, I love this person and this person was guided to me by the stars, even though they don't look at the person's history, and you could always foretell whether it's going to end good or bad. We know about people when we meet them, but we get caught up in the fairy tale because we get caught up in emotions and we think we have like an emotional attachment to that person. That's why most people get married here in America. It has no thought to it.
Oh, so it has no concept to the link of nation building.
Right. It's just I have feelings for this person. I like them a lot. I hope they like me a lot. Oh, they do. Let's get married.
Or people just hooking up. You at a bar with someone and you and them have about 10 different drinks and y'all both not in their right sense. And next thing you know, you end up in bed together.
They just hooking up just to be hooking up.
Next thing you know, you're trying to build a family together, but you don't have no foundation. So
right.
It gets a little wild.
Right.
So and like my brother was talking about in one of the videos, he was like, go ahead and do what you got to do and call it what you want to call it, but basically that's not polygamy.
Right.
He was explaining it because he was talking about the concept of people thinking that they're players and juggling wives is things like that.
Being a player and polygamy is like two totally different things.
Yeah, completely across the board.
Yeah, being a player is someone that's living in that hypothetical world of I'm devoted just to one person because we're in love, but at the same time, it energizes them to actually deceive that person. Because even though they know they can't be committed, they commit anyway just so they can have multi-women so they can feel good about themselves. That's why most people become players, and some of them just become players because they can't say no. You know?
Yeah.
Just because the opportunity is there don't mean you should take it every time. You know, you have to think things through sometimes, because most players, they have drama around them. You can play it, but so much.
Absolutely.
But, yeah.
And I know, ain't nothing sweeter than this, be in bed loving, a beautiful chocolate African black woman and everything, and sometimes you just want to have all of them, But the reality of it is you have to think more with your big head than your little head.
Right. So if you can handle that and you actually think things through, nothing wrong with that. But you can't take on a responsibility that you already know that you can't handle. So just leave it alone. Say your drama. You can save that yourself if you think ahead. So, if you a monogamous type of person, just be that. If you want to commit to that, just be true to yourself, be true to your commitment, and do that. But if you can't, don't commit to monogamy and then go out and proceed to exploit and lie about everything that you actually committed yourself to. Are you actually committing yourself to it? And this to the fellas, are actually just saying words so the female won't talk about it no more?
Yeah, and some people, that's the concept of polygamy. And I think in today's sense, I was talking about another video, and they call it cheating.
Right.
Yeah, they think that's it. But family, once again, we talking about nation building, and there in the motherland, the land of the law is you can have as many wives as you can responsibly take care and build.
Yes.
So it is nation builder's paradise. So once we get to the level of where we did nation building, I'm looking to have 3 wives, and for the span of 10 years, we're looking to just build that nation and catch up to where where I left off at in America, because sometimes it gets scary wanting to build a nation here. There's so many things to discourage you, and the traps are real. So you may want to build your family in the motherland.
Well, I'm only gonna stick to one. That's Bomani, that 1-3. I'm sticking to one because my mind can't work that fast to keep up.
I got catching up to do.
Yeah, I'm not going to put myself in that position for failure, because that's not going to work for me. So, it's hard enough keeping up with one and fulfilling your commitment to just one. So, I'm not at that point to be having multi. I'm not.
Absolutely. But let me tell you the game plan. We're looking to have 10 strong children. So, the women are going to rotate having children, and we're going to really develop that enterprise that we have, and we're going to teach fresh minds for the revolution, So it is going to be interesting. So family, we're still taking resume and applications for nation building process.
I don't even know what that means.
I hope that I think I lost some folks.
Yeah, you lost me too. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what application.
Like one of the things I was mentioning to I was talking to nice lady. I was telling them that I'm still taking applications and resume for Miss Wonderful, which is that one woman, Miss Wonderful. We know what we're talking about is a video concept based on polygamy.
Yeah.
So it's just we're just illustrating certain things. But that's what the resume and application is for. You want to I joke about certain things. I even talk about we might have to get medical records and things, because when you're dealing with nation building, you don't want any crazy ass people with a bunch of crazy ass family members destroying a revolution and bringing attention to you and around certain things.
That's another thing when I say that we don't follow our African tradition as far as that go, because people think they marry an individual, but our African tradition is we marry in a family, 2 communities joining together. It's not just the 2 individuals. So you got to look at the totality of things, because you can't nation build if it's just 2 people. You have to nation build with a unit that's already in place, like 2 units joining together that's already compatible.
It's like families merging together. It's kind of like how
and becoming a bigger family. That's all it is. It's 2 families joining together, not just 2 people. 2 families joining together and becoming a bigger family. So if you are a person that can handle that, if you want multiple wives, remember you taking on multiple families also. not just the wives. If she have kids already, you taking on multiple everything. So it's not just about, oh, I'm a player, I got 2, 3 wives, I do this, do that, that. It's about, are you taking care of them equally? You know, so that's just my point of view.
Absolutely, family. Another aspect of that, we talk about is celibacy and sexual frustration. So, some folks might have to meditate that way, and but nation building is nation building. So some folks may not be ready for it, but we're moving full speed ahead, and we're gonna make it happen now. So we have a lot of beautiful sisters on the African continent.
Lots.
That's looking for warrior brothers to be a part of the future. So I'm reaching out to my strong brothers who are ready to do the nation building process and get to work. You know what I mean? You have to have a strong back to get to make this happen. It's serious, and for those who can't handle it, it's what it is. But it's about responsibility and work and energy. And together we're going to build a strong, beautiful Africa. And that's why we call Africa for the Africans. Now join us on a journey of a lifetime.
Come to Africa with us.
And get a feel of the energy, get a feel of all the wonderful things.
See for yourself.
When we talk about nation building, we really mean nation building. It means building a nation, doing for yourself.
Unity.
Building all the energy and elements.
One people.
Having children with your own
one people.
Black woman, and not going out and chasing illusions and dreams and things like that. It's real, it's work, it's dedication, but we're here to just connect you with it. Only way it's gonna happen is if you transition your mind from this plantation of America and open up to what's really going on. You know what I mean? So yes, my brother Kofi Bruce, any final thoughts as we talk about all these wonderful things about sexual frustrations and celibacy and things like that, which is the other end of it, monogamy and polygamy.
Right. I just want to talk to the black man and the black woman. To the black man, we know when we wrong. We know it. So fess up. We know when we wrong. We know when we right. Don't try and hide the lie. Don't do that no more. And the same words go to the black female. It's time for us to come together. So we got to stop lying to each other, and we have to see each other for who we truly are to each other. And that's the advancement of a whole next generation of people. Everything's supposed to regenerate itself. So we can't regenerate ourselves if we giving ourselves to other entities and not to ourselves. So that's my final words on the situation.
Yes, and
no matter what it takes, my bad, monogamy or polygamy, it's culture. It's a cultural thing. So advance your cultural understanding. If you culturally mature to live that polygamy lifestyle, then by all means do it. But if you're not, don't try it. Okay, that's it.
And if you want to know in-depth details, reach out to my brother Kofi Bruce, and he'll tell you how he have magically worked the wonders of polygamy and all the women that he have had in his network to build his master race and master nation.
Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. PE say don't believe the hype.
Yes, family, we keep it strong.